I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. That rule well, peace and blessings to the elect. Alright, this is number 1 from the Great Millstone Camp in Trinidad. The name of this lesson is, this is why we call you the devil. Drugs. Poppy field in Iraq. That's what I looked up, right? US troops protecting opium/heroin in Afghanistan. AP embed report on the increase of poppy field in southern Afghanistan. Joe Rogan on opium from Afghanistan, which I just watched this video there. 8 years ago, Marines grow opium for their masters. The US Army appears to be protecting Afghan heroin poppy fields. It's no coincidence that the United States suffering from a drug epidemic right now. With heroin. Okay? Plenty of that heroin. Donald J. Trump talking about building a wall. Alright? Donald J. Trump talking about building a wall because drugs coming from the Mexican border and guns and illegal immigrants and whatnot. But majority of the drugs coming from the United States government. And this is, I'll play this video and I'll fast forward it to a certain point where I reach, right?
Trump was probably born and raised in a bag.
It was just lambasted as a conspiracy theory.
That is an answer for a lot of you. Now can you...
And articulately, like, play it. Just play it so people who haven't seen it.
Pour one out for my grouper.
Yeah, pour it.
This is a man from the Joe Rogan show. A man, a Edomite who came out and sold out the CIA with the wickedness what they're doing. So they're going and play the video.
I will tell you, Director Deutsch, as a former Los Angeles Police narcotics detective, that the agency has dealt drugs throughout this country for a long time.
So he was a former narcotics detective. This is the white man who knows it. And he said that the agency had dealt drugs throughout this country for a long, long time. The video is on the bottom right hand corner of the screen.
Oh no, C-SPAN. Nothing happened on C-SPAN. C-SPAN was so boring.
Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. If you don't like what's going on here, please leave now. No, leave.
Whoa, I haven't seen actually this whole clip.
Yeah, she was trying to control it. People were going crazy. I mean, this was in South Central.
Will you please take your seats? I will come back to you as we roll back across to the center section.
Director Deutsch, I will refer you to 3 specific agency operations known as Amadeus, Pegasus, and Watchtower. I have Watchtower documents heavily redacted by the agency. I was personally exposed to CIA operations and recruited by CIA personnel who attempted to recruit me in the late 70s to become involved in protecting agency drug operations in this country. I have been trying to get this out for 18 years, and I have the evidence. My question for you is very specific, sir. If in the course of the IG's investigations and Fred Hitz's work, you come across evidence of severely criminal activity, and it's classified, will you use that classification to hide the criminal activity, or will you tell the American people the truth?
That was an intense
That's
moment.
amazing,
That
man.
that opened up a lot of people's eyes. Like, that was a very, very important moment
It was.
where people
Watershed.
realized, like, wait a minute, is this guy right? And then it turns out he was. I mean, they really did sell drugs to fund these black ops. And that's the whole Oliver North, that's the connection between Freeway Ricky,
Yep.
who I also
Crack
had on the
epidemic.
podcast. I mean, that's how he made.
So you see how this white man does roll? He just sell drugs. He's a drug dealer. Okay? Drugs is the main income in the United States right now. So plenty of the drugs not coming from no freaking Mexico. Plenty of the drugs coming from Afghanistan. Which is why the United States is in Afghanistan. Oh, was. I don't know if it's still there. But Iraq and Afghanistan, plenty of the drugs coming from right there into your good old United States of America. And being dispersed throughout the four corners of the earth. And also having, which is the curses being reversed on these wicked bastards, having these Edomites strung out on drugs 10,000 times more potent than heroin. 2 overdoses and that is the end of your life. Which is Barakata Yawa Shami Shai. But the point is, Trump and the United States is a bunch of fucking hypocrites. Because all you're protecting the poppy fields in Afghanistan and whatnot. All you're bringing drugs in the United States. From Pablo Escobar and all of that. CIA been involved in the drug trade. Freaking Barry Seal, Tom Cruise, American made. Barry Seal, which was a real man. Tom Cruise acted in the movie, I think last year or year before. And you see the CIA literally dealing with Barry Seal, which was a pilot to shipping cocaine in the United States of America. You see, and what is going, and Barry Seal wasn't the only man, it had other men too. But that was caused the whole crack epidemic in the 80s. That so much of cocaine in the United States that cocaine was dog cheap in the powder form. They come up with a new solution to make it cheaper and more dangerous. And they came up with crack. Because that's so much of powder form cocaine in the United States by the United States government and the CIA that it was easy to get. So they came up with this new drug, crack cocaine, and that had Jakes sprung out for years, even up to this day. But you see now what's going on now is that the poppy fields, the opium fields that you either might coveted in Afghanistan and in Iraq and whatnot, it actually coming back to affect your children. And this is Isaiah 14 and verse 18. It says, all the kings of the nations, even all of them lie in glory, everyone in his own house. but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. And as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword that go down to the stones of the pit, and as a carcass trodden under feet, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land, and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. So, we are the thank for these Edomite children between 14 to 45 being strung out on opium. The rulers of the United States of America, blaming Mexico. Yes, some that's be coming through Mexico, through the border, but the wall is not no big issue with drugs, because drugs flowing in America, even if you ain't powerful. So I guess that if Trump is successful with the wall, all drugs supposed to be stopping in America. Hell fucking no. Drugs coming from these fuckers and them right here. So when Becky overdose and when Timmy overdose and dead is due to these fuckers, these bastards right here. See?
Plus of the world's opium supply. 90% that is a multi-billion-dollar business. And if you think these fucking industrialist cocksuckers that are running the world are gonna leave that money behind, you're fucking crazy. Dude, they've got United States Army troops guarding poppy field. There's fucking so much heroin there. I mean, it's incredible. The fucking brother of the president of Afghanistan, his brother was selling heroin and getting paid by the CIA. I mean, god damn it. Heroin is absolutely addictive, okay? People who try heroin get hooked. Heroin is everywhere, okay? So you need to sell it. Someone's selling it. Who's selling it? I don't know, but 90% of it comes from this one place where we have to be to save our freedom. You can't criticize it, because if you criticize it, you're a shithead.
Nobody talks about Afghanistan anymore, considering how the war is far from over and remains the longest military quagmire in U.S. history. At this point, we should be asking ourselves a very important question. Bin Laden's dead and Afghanistan's apparently ready to police themselves, so why are we still there? See, aside from U.S. troops still occupying the country, there are over 100,000 private contractors in Afghanistan. And guess what? The Pentagon can't even tell us what the hell they're doing there. But this right here might give you a clue.
It is the most unintended and awkward consequence of our military offensive here in Afghanistan. The rout by our Marines of the Taliban from their former stronghold here in Helmand Province has put us in the weird position of being protectors of the largest crop of opium in the world.
Thanks, Geraldo. And guess what, guys? The Taliban had banned and almost completely eradicated opium in Afghanistan shortly before the U.S. invaded. Just look at these headlines. The corporate media was even lauding the Taliban's success. Fast forward to today, where over 90% of the world's heroin originates from the war-torn country. According to a report from the UN Office on Drugs and Crime, this year
90% of the world's heroin comes from the 90%. Okay, so yeah, fentanyl, right? The same fentanyl being made by Chinese and Mexicans, but it coming from you fucking devils. Okay? Fentanyl is from all ya. It's from the white man self. He is destroying his own people. And he trying to blame all kind of other people. But no, it's you. You see the truth does come out. What in the dark must come out to the light. Now, maybe Chinese does make fentanyl. Maybe Mexicans do have opium and heroin, right? Yeah, they do. But why all you playing the innocent role? You devils doing it too. You devils doing it too. Verse 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. And that's what the Lord's going to do. Kill each and every one of all you for the sins of all your fathers. Or your plan backfire. Because the plan was to get Jake strung out. Now everybody's strung out in the United States, and majority is so-called white people. And as the scriptures say, thou hast destroyed thy people. Slain thy people. Slain them. Hey, over 72,000 deaths last year alone from drug overdoses. And I will go out on a limb, which I will go out and say this. Probably 65,000 of those deaths were so-called white boys and girls. Was so-called were 1680 and 1691 self-proclaimed white boys and girls, teenage to 40s. They died, and as we speak, hundreds of them right now, thousands of them hooked on the drug. So yeah, that is the so-called white man slaying his own people. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He will take no pleasure in his goods. Sirach 14 and 3. Matter of fact, you know what, guy? That make no sense quoting it, guy. And done. Verse 5, Salakia. It says, Sirach chapter 14, verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall take no pleasure in his goods. This devil is the one who Emma and Brian hooked on drugs, and it's a fucking beautiful thing. Okay, it's all you who bring in drugs in the States. Don't try and blame everybody else. It's you damn nigga Edomite, you. You're going to be destroyed. The Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai go and destroy you. Drugs is a heavy thing in the United States. Okay? And with that, I will give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakak Kodash. Shalom.